Have you ever dropped a pen to the floor, heard it fall down, but when you look down, there's nothing. It is vanished in the air. Or maybe you remember Pikachu from Pokemon having a black tip on his tail, but actually it's all yellow. These are called glitches in the matrix. We often ignore them or just laugh them off, but what if they are more than that? What if they are more than just a joke? What if they are bugs in our code? Welcome to Point Shunya, and I am your host Shruti Singh. Today we are not just going to talk about random things in tech and science, but we are going to talk about a legitimate hypothesis which says that the screen that you are watching this video on, me, you, everything you see around you, the stars, the universe, everything is nothing but a pixel. And the scariest part, physics might actually back it up. To understand the simulation theory, we need to go into gaming a little. If you are a gamer or just play games randomly, you would know of this rendering technique called frustum calling. If you're not a gamer, let me explain it to you. To save processing power, a game engine only renders the world that you're currently looking at. The building behind you, it doesn't exist. Not until you turn your head. It's a clever hack to save memory. Now here's the creepy part. Our universe also seems to be running on a similar thing. It's called the observer effect in quantum mechanics. In the famous double slit experiment, subatomic particles like electrons exist as a wave of infinite possibilities or a superposition. They are technically nowhere and everywhere at once, but the moment we measure them, the moment we look, they snap into a single position. It's almost as if the universe says, oh snap, someone's watching, quickly render the electron. Why would reality need to save bandwidth unless we were running on a computer? This brings us to the simulation argument, proposed by philosopher Nick Bostrom. He argues that one of three things must be true. One, civilizations go extinct before they get the tech to run realistic simulations. Depressing, right? 2, they get the tech but decide not to run them. Maybe it's illegal or boring. 3, they do run them. If 3 is true, then an advanced civilization could run billions of ancestor simulations. That means for every one real-based reality, there are a billions of fake ones. So do the math. What are the chances that you are in the real-based reality? Actually, almost zero. You are nothing but a sim. Physicist John Wheeler coined the term it from bit. The idea that at the very bottom of reality, there aren't atoms or quarks. There is just information. Yes or no. 1 or 0. So if the world isn't real, does it matter? Does it matter if you fall in love, if you feel pain, if you eat a great meal? The experience is real to you, even if the code isn't. Maybe we are just an advanced AI training program. Maybe we are a history project for a kid in the year 5000, or maybe, just maybe, you should check if that pen you dropped is finally under the desk. I don't know if we'll ever be able to debug this mystery, if we'll ever be able to know that we are actually just a simulation. Maybe after death, we get to know that we are nothing but the code and the life that we lived was nothing but a lie. Imagine how depressing it will be if we find that out after we die, that whatever we did in our lives, whatever struggles that we went through, the cry for help that we did, it was nothing but a code that we had to go through. The so-called kismat that we say, the so-called written in the stars that we say, is nothing but a code that you are running. But one thing that you can for sure do, even if we are living in a simulation, is that you can subscribe, like, share and follow this channel. I'll see you next week. I'll see you every day of the week on the shorts, but for the long form video, I'll see you next week. Until then, have a good life. Bye-bye.